cities and cities' inhabitants have a kind of a moral capital with which they can cope with political goals, even great political goals. What do I mean by moral capital? Well, I mean that is a capital that we cannot see, but we can very well be aware of it. It has to do with the values, with the norms that people hold together. And it helps them to cope with these political goals. Let me give you one example, which is the example of how cities cope with environmental issues, where states fail, actually. It is widely accepted that in order to cope with environmental and ecological challenges, we need to think globally and act locally. Okay, what does it mean to act locally if not to act in our own physical environment, in our own cities? So here are a few examples. India was thinking about transferring their buses into buses that run on condensed natural gas. They failed. But New Delhi was very successful in this. And they managed to transform all their buses into these kind of buses. Or think about the city of Curitiba in Brazil. This was a city of about 2.5 million people who all drove their cars, private cars. They had terrible pollution. And one day, they all gathered and decided that enough was enough, that there was no point in living in such polluted city. And they decided to have a very good system of public transportation, whereby literally you have a bus every minute. Now, in order for this to work, you need people to be devoted. You need people to discuss this together. And there you had this moral capital, and you had this ability of people to sit together and think about how they want to do it, together with the mayor, together with the local municipality, and they managed. And nowadays, this is the greenest city on earth. They have these buses coming every day. Nearly nobody takes their own cars. And instead of streets and motorways, they have now public spaces, which are gardens, parks, places for recreation, places for the families to come and enjoy themselves.